Hello, welcome to the Daily Doxa vlog. There is nothing quite like sitting outside on campus, springtime, mid-April, near the end of the term. It's the most beautiful time to be on campus. I love it. The only other time I really am struck with the beauty of the campus and want to be on it is around Christmas time, like right before the winter break, like December 22nd, December 23rd, like walking around campus is a very cool feeling and a really nice kind of feeling of homeliness or celebration. I'm not sure what to call it. This time of year, the campus is just beautiful. It's wonderful to sit outside. Even on a Friday evening, it's the place to be. Since students are really enjoying being outside, we've got great weather. It's nice and cool out here today, unlike yesterday where it's super hot. Today I did everything there is to do as a professor that you could do. I taught a student like a one-on-one teaching session with a colleague involved in that. That's always very special, using the whiteboard in the office, just going over the work of rhetoric, what rhetoric is about, what it is that we do. And that's just the creation of arguments, the creation of positions in speech, which is great. Then I wrote, and I wasn't very happy with how much I wrote today, but looking back, I think I did a lot today. I did a lot of writing today, so it's actually not a bad day writing-wise. I did a lot of that in the morning. Got up early into that. And then I met a prospective student's family and showed them around campus. That was kind of cool. I don't often get a chance to do that. That's like a little bit above and beyond for professor work, to tell you the truth. And now I'm just kind of sitting outside waiting for the hawks to come by. We have red-tailed hawks that live on campus. Sometimes I get to see them. But earlier today, I got to do something I haven't done in a while. It got me jazzed. I want to kind of talk about that, which is the larger defense of tenure argument. And I'm very much against people who think tenure is a reward or something that you're given for doing a good job as a professor. Tenure is license and power and just really a live wire. It's the coolest thing in the world. I can research and talk about anything I want. I can do whatever work I want. No one can tell me I can't do it. I'm the arbiter of what important research is. It's just I feel very lucky and fortunate today to have that kind of power and ability. And I don't know if I deserve it. I don't know if I do as good a job with it as other people would, who might not ever get it because of economic circumstances or where they are in the world or their background or any number of, economic is the number one access problem. I hope I do a good job with it. I love writing and researching and stuff. I'm not the best in the world at it, but I do like it. And I'm happy I get to work on the things I think are important. Oh, I heard the hawk calling. Maybe we'll get a visit. It would be very good. But yeah, tenure is not a reward. Tenure is license. I feel bad for people who think, oh, I got tenure, I'm successful in my career. It's not it at all. Tenure means you do all these other extra things. So I think it's just a really powerful thing. And I was explaining that today when I was meeting this family and talking about university work and what the importance of that is. Also got oddly reconnected to debate today through these people. We were talking about doing some public forum teaching out in Long Island and wanted to see if I wanted to get involved. And it's just weird. Debate is like on my mind all the time as a scholarly subject, but the teaching of debate to young people, I think that part of my life is behind me. But maybe not. I mean, it's always available. Debate's always lurking in the shadows, isn't it? It's always lurking in the corners of the room, ready to come out into the open as soon as you're in a position to listen to it. But the training of debaters, I kind of feel like, that's something I used to do, but I don't know, maybe not. It's always available. So it's not something you could always, I don't think you can ever say, I'm done with that in debate. I think it's always just a part of your life if you've been involved in it. Just part of it. So that happened. I was thinking about that today. And the other big thing to talk about in the vlog today is more about, I don't know, I could talk about a couple of things I've talked about before. Maybe I can talk about a little bit and then do a proper video on each one. But one of them is thinking about phronesis again and practical wisdom. And one of the things that's natural about teaching somebody debate, that naturally happens over like 20 years of doing this, is students get to a position where they want to teach. And I feel like practical wisdom, or phronesis, comes with it this desire to teach other people how to be, how to live, how to do, how to act, and whatever it is that you have practical wisdom about, there's a real strong drive to teach that comes with it. And maybe that's a marker of whether or not you have phronesis, or maybe it's just a part of doing the process of phronesis. Maybe it's not something you have, maybe it's an act, a way of being, a way of existing in the world is what phronesis is. But I feel like connected in a good theory of phronesis is the desire to teach others what it is that you think you know, or what practices have been valuable and rewarding to you in your life. That might be an important part of thinking about phronesis. Let's think about that today. Why is it that in teaching, and another thing I've talked about is professors aren't intellectuals. Do intellectuals teach, or do they lead? Are teaching and leading on a continuum? Do they have a relationship? I think they're very different things. I think most professors teach and research, and they could be leaders in their field, but they're not necessarily intellectuals. I think intellectuals organize and lead. And they do that by pointing out and addressing errors in society with deep, rich description and deep thinking and deep theoretical acumen on the issues that face society. So I don't know how many intellectuals there are on a campus by that definition. Very few, I would say. And this is okay. I don't want people to think this is me throwing shade on the university or on faculty. I think being a professor is one thing, being an intellectual is one thing, and being a teacher is related in some way. But do you think intellectuals teach? Do you think leadership is different, or leading is different than teaching? I think those are very different things, but maybe that's a separate video. I don't know. So that's what's been going on in my mind today, plus thinking about Donald Winnicott. Donald Winnicott's such an interesting writer. I like reading his work, and luckily the library has digitally complete volumes of all of Donald Winnicott's writings. What an interesting guy. A physician, a pediatrician, but a Freudian, and a big fan of psychoanalysis, but not such a Freud stan or a psychoanalytic stan to not say, this is a work in progress. These concepts are elastic. We can use psychoanalytic concepts to help talk to parents and kids and get healthy relationships. We can use these concepts elastically. Freudian purists might like that, but who cares? I mean, Winnicott's an innovator. So interesting. I'm working on that paper, and hopefully I'll finish that next week or so. But yeah, reading about that today. So he's on my mind too. So it's getting to be a nice evening here. Getting pretty late. Might be time to go home. But yeah, I'm just feeling very grateful and very fortunate for having the job I have, which is hard for me to say sometimes. Having the job I have and being the position I'm in, it feels a little settled, and it feels pretty good. And yeah, just feeling very fortunate today on this very nice spring day on campus. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.